Hello and welcome to all. Dogs and cats are extraordinary animals that are adopted by millions of people every year. Nevertheless, there are people with more atypical tastes who prefer to adopt more original and exotic animals. In fact, some people choose to have a crocodile as a pet, while others prefer to adopt a wild animal, called the slow loris, capable of producing a venom that can be very painful. Do you doubt it? Well, stay with us until the end to find out the 10 craziest pets that people own. The Fennec is a really cute animal. It's actually a kind of little fox with big triangular ears. Native to the Sahara in North Africa, the Fennec lives in a very hot environment. Moreover, it is wild, nocturnal, and tends to take shelter in burrows 10 meters deep. It is therefore very complicated to maintain such an animal. However, many families around the world decide to adopt it. And not without a reason. The Fennec is as cute as it is affectionate. For example, an Instagram account shows a cute Fennec living in Moscow. Of course, Russia's climate is very different from that of the Sahara, but Kuzma, that's the name of this Fennec, seems very happy to live with his owner. For sure, Kuzma is a unique pet. However, some subscribers think it is cruel to have a wild animal in an apartment. And for a good reason. The Fennec is a rare and exotic animal. Therefore, according to associations, it is preferable that it lives in its natural environment. The hedgehog is a charming little creature with an elongated nose and a rounded, white belly. However, it has more than 5,000 prickly spines on its back that can cause pain on contact. Although it may seem dangerous, this insectivorous, nocturnal mammal is adopted by a multitude of families around the world. The reason is that it is rather easy to care for. Indeed, as surprising as it may seem, this animal is content to simply eat cat food and a few insects. Moreover, the hedgehog can become very sociable if it is welcomed into a home at a young age. In this case, it can start playing, running, climbing, and can even be called and make him come to you. You might almost mistake him for a small dog. So, it's not for nothing that many families choose to have a hedgehog as a pet, despite its prickly thorns. After all, he has an adorable face and a rather amusing character. If you're arachnophobic, then this pet is not for you. Actually, tarantulas are huge hairy spiders that are really dangerous. They can sting and their bites are poisonous. Yes, you heard right. However, for most species, the toxicity of their venom is very similar to that of a bee or a wasp. This venom can cause an unpleasant local reaction, including pain, redness, and swelling. As if that weren't enough, tarantulas have another way to defend themselves. They have hairs on their abdomen that cause itching and irritation. We might therefore think, and not without a reason, that tarantulas should not be pets. But in fact, they have been quite popular for several years now. For despite their repulsive appearance and the danger they can represent, tarantulas are calm, gentle, quiet, and require almost no maintenance. Moreover, it seems that tarantulas prefer to withdraw rather than bite. Therefore, as long as they are treated with respect, their owners will not be in any danger. In any case, it must be admitted that only thrill seekers will be able to adopt a tarantula as a pet. The tiger may be considered a dangerous and endangered species, but its possession is not reserved for animal parks or even circuses. Today, tigers can be adopted in many countries around the world. This is notably the case in the United States, Indonesia, Saudi Arabia. This new trend is however not without consequences. Indeed, usually, tiger owners acquire these big cats when they are small and cute. Their behavior is then more like that of a domestic cat than a real wild animal. But when a tiger grows up, it's a completely different story. The animal will need plenty of food and plenty of space to walk and hunt. Most importantly, tigers are aggressive, dangerous, and unpredictable. They can attack their owners sometimes for no apparent reason. Despite this, many people own tigers, and they do not seem to complain about them every day. Strangely enough, some tigers can even be very affectionate. I guess the tiger is not that scary after all. Finally, what is certain is that not everyone is ready to volunteer to adopt these big cats. The boa constrictor is not a pet like any other. It can reach more than 5 meters in length and most often obeys its wild instincts. Without a doubt, this snake, although it has no venom, is very dangerous. However, many people choose to adopt this snake. Indeed, we can see in many videos people who have fun with this animal without being afraid of it. It seems incredible, but in reality, the boa constrictor has several advantages. Unlike a dog that barks all day long, this snake is silent. It is easy to feed since it only eats about once a week, and it can be very affectionate from time to time. All these advantages make the boa constrictor pet by excellence. However, one must remain wary. After all, the boa constrictor is a wild snake. Before continuing the video, here is the question of the day: which animal adorns the emblem of the United States? Is it Option A, bald eagle? Option B, the golden eagle? Option C, black kite? Write the right answer in the comments and we'll see at the end of the video if you were right. Imagine families deciding to adopt an animal that looks like both a small monkey and a raccoon. It would be incredible, wouldn't it? And yet, this creature, called Kinkajou, is indeed a pet. Indeed, although they don't necessarily attract attention, Kinkajous are massively adopted by celebrities such as Paris Hilton. The reason is that Kinkajous are very docile, active, and curious. Of course, they are wild and nocturnal, but Kinkajous are also very affectionate. They attach themselves to their master like a dog and are even a little jealous. Isn't that adorable? At least, that's what many families who have taken him as a pet think. However, the Kinkajou has some small flaws. Very curious, this animal is constantly exploring the places where he is released, but he is not satisfied with that. He turns over everything he finds, breaks things he can grab hold of, rips out cushions. In short, he's really clumsy. So, before adopting the Kinkajou, it's best to take a few precautions. The slow loris undeniably has an adorable face. With its large wide-set eyes and plush appearance, the sloth is probably one of the most irresistible animals in the world. In fact, it's not difficult to find videos of these little primates eating or being petted on the net. Because of their appearance, pygmy sloth lorises are sold around the world as pets. Yet lorises are mammals that possess venom. Yes. It may not be obvious at first glance, but its bite is toxic and can be dangerous to humans. Yet this is not enough reason to prevent many families from adopting this adorable primate. Yes, it's impossible not to crack when you see his big eyes. Unfortunately, the sloth loris is now on the verge of extinction, precisely because it is increasingly adopted. Can you imagine a crocodile in a family? Certainly not. It is, after all, a formidable predator. Therefore, you would probably think that no family would want to adopt a crocodile. But don't be mistaken, some people have decided otherwise. In Australia, for example, a nurse has been sharing her house for several years with her 3 domesticated crocodiles, a cat, and her 16-year-old son. The animals have their own water basin and a heating system to keep their bodies between 25 and 30 degrees, the average temperature for reptiles to stay active and healthy. In addition to being very expensive to feed and maintain, these crocodiles require, according to their owners, a lot of affection and even tend to be very jealous of guests, who probably don't have to be numerous. On the other hand, this family seems very happy to live with these predators. Which is quite surprising, because there are pets that are a little more reassuring. Did you know that in France, the llama is considered a pet? Anyone can legally adopt this adorable animal. Besides, the llama is very successful. And for a good reason. It is, in fact, an excellent companion for everyday life, hiking, or zootherapy. Thus, they are docile, gentle, and kind to humans as well as to other animals, and they are even very useful because they will be happy to take care of your property for you while preserving the bark of trees. And that's not all. Llamas are easy to maintain, they are clean and quiet. They really are the ideal pet. Especially since the most creative ones will be able to recuperate the wool from their annual shearing to spin it, then knit textile articles or just pom-poms. It is certainly the most pleasant pet there is. Among the most unloved animals, the hyena is certainly the best known. Known for their crazy laughter, these animals are ferocious and wild scavengers. And yet, as surprising as it may seem, some people in Africa, quite rare, decide to take them for pets. This may seem dangerous, as hyenas have such powerful jaws that they eat bones, but if they are adopted at a young age, they may surprise you. Indeed, people with hyenas claim that they are more sociable than you might think. Sometimes they even seem to be gentle. Amazing, isn't it? In reality, hyenas are no more dangerous than any other exotic animal if you take the time to observe them, understand their behavior, and measure the limits that must not be crossed. However, it must be admitted that hyenas require a little more attention than a goldfish. Now it's your turn to tell us in comments which of these pets seems to you the most original of all? By the way, the bald eagle is the national emblem of the United States. It is one of the most famous symbols of the country. I hope many of you found the right answer.